Hi everyone, it's Paddy here from arithmetichub.com, thanking you for choosing this video, but reminding you that whilst this is one method to solve questions like this, it's not the only method. With that being said, let's explore this concept a little bit further.
Hi everyone, so today we're going to have a look at multiplying decimals by decimals. Now, we've had to look at multiplying decimals by whole numbers, we've had to look at multiplying decimals by 10, 100 and 1000. This is slightly different, but it's going to draw on some of those skills. So, we've got questions that look like this: 3.2 times 4.4, 5.931 times 2.5. So let's check in with what our method's saying. So, the first part of the method says multiply each decimal by 10, 100 or 1000 first to make it a whole number. So when we're actually multiplying decimals by decimals, we don't actually want to be working with decimals, we want to be avoiding working with decimals. The way we're going to do that is we're going to multiply them out so that we can actually just work with whole numbers, okay? So the next part of the method says annotate on the total multiplications. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. The third part says solve the column multiplication, and then the final part says remember, divide your answer by the amount of your total multiplication. So we're going to have a quick check in what this means by the total multiplications in a second. First thing I need to do though is multiply each decimal by 10, 100 or 1000 first to make it a whole number. To make 3.2 a whole number, I'm going to have to multiply it by 10, aren't I? Because if I've got my 3.2 here like this, I've got my tenths column, my decimal point column and my ones column. If I multiply it by 10, I put 1 0 in the question, it's a multiplication, so I'm moving all the digits one place to the left. So I'm going to drop my 2 down, move from the tenths into my ones column. My 3 I'm going to drop down, move it from the ones into the tens column. So my 3.2 has become 32. I've multiplied it by 10. For my 4.4 I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to need to multiply it by 10, aren't I? So again I'm going to put my 4.4 in, multiply it by 10. It's multiplication, so it's moving to the left. There's 1 0 in the question, so I know I need to move it one place. I'm going to put my place value columns in. A tenths, decimal point, my ones and my tens. Okay, now I'm going to drop my 4 in my tenths down, move it one place to the left to my ones column. I'm going to do the same with my 4 in my ones column. Drop it down, move it one place to the left because I'm multiplying by 10. So now, instead of working with 3.2 and 4.4, what I've got is 32 and 44. So my column multiplication is now going to look like this. That's a quite simple column multiplication to do, isn't it? But the second part of my method says annotate on the total multiplications. Now, answering 32 times 44 isn't the same as answering 3.2 times 4.4 because obviously 3.2 is a lot smaller than 32 and 4.4 is a lot smaller than 44. So your answer isn't going to make sense if you just do 32 times 44. So what we've done here is we've multiplied 32 by 10, we've multiplied 44 by 10. So in total, what we've actually done is we've done, well, 10 times 10 for both of these numbers. We've multiplied them by a total of 100. So you've multiplied by a total of 100. And I'm just going to annotate that on up here. So my total multiplications here are 100. So I've got 32 times 44 now. Total multiplications are 100, but now I'm going to move on to step 3 of my method. I'm going to solve the column multiplication. 2 times 4 is going to give me 8. 3 times 2 is going to give me 12. Again, it's a 2-digit multiplication, so I need to make sure I'm crossing off my ones column and I'm dropping my 0. 4 times 2 is going to give me 8. 4 times 3 is going to give me 12. And now I'm going to add them up. 8 add 0 is going to give me 8. 2 add 8 is going to give me 10. 1 add 2 is 3. Add the 1 is going to give me 4. And 1 add nothing is going to give me 1 for 1,408. Now, I've done my first 3 steps here, but my final step says, remember, divide your answer by the amount of your total multiplications, because 3.2 times 4.4 isn't going to be 1,408. If you think about it, it doesn't pass the eye test, does it? Because if you were to do just more than 3 and just more than 4, 3 times 4 is going to give you 12. And so straight away I should be thinking, well, my answer's an awful lot more than that. It's way more than that. It doesn't really make sense. But that's because we had to multiply it out by 100 in total to be able to work with whole numbers rather than decimals. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the inverse of this. I multiplied it out by 100 beforehand. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide my answer by 100. So I had 1,408 408, there like that. And now all I would need to do is I would need to divide by 100. So I've got my ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands there like that. I'm also going to need my tenths, and I'm also going to need my hundredths over there like that. Line my decimal points up, and then I'm going to move the digits. I'm dividing by 100. There's 2 zeros in the question, so I know I'm going to have to move each of my digits 2 places. It's a division, so I'm going to move them to the right. So I'm going to start in my thousands column, drop it down, move it once, twice. Go to my hundreds column, drop it down once, twice. My tens column, drop it down, move it once, twice. And my ones column, drop it down, move it once, twice. So now my answer is 14.08. And now that's going to pass the eye test a lot more, isn't it? We said, well, 3 times 4 was going to give me 12, but we've got slightly more than both of those. So actually, as an answer, 14 or something around 14 is a good sort of area to be working in. 14.08 is going to be my answer there like that. Now let's have a look at this one, slightly more challenging. First though, just going to give myself a little bit more space to work in, because sometimes these questions can take up a little bit more space. So, we've got 5.931 times 2.5. Let's check the first step of the method. Multiply each decimal by 10, 100 or 1000 first to make it a whole number. So, this one again, my 2.5, I can just multiply it by 10. Here I'm going to have to move it 1, 2, 3 places, aren't I? So I'm going to have to multiply it by 1000. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my 5.931. I'm going to have my ones column, my decimal point column, my tenths, my hundredths, and my thousandths. Okay? And also, because I know I'm moving it 3 places, I'm going to need 3 more columns here, aren't I? So I'm going to need my ones, my tens, my hundreds, and my thousands. Multiplying by 1000, 3 zeros in the question, and it's there, so I'm going to move it 3 places. To multiplication, I'm going to make it bigger and move it 3 places to the left. Again, I drop my 1 down, I'm going to move it once, twice, 3 times. 3, drop it down, move it once, twice, 3 times. Same with my 9, once, twice, 3 times, and the same with my 5, once, twice, 3 times. So now I've got 5,931. So, I've multiplied it by 1000. I'm going to do the same with my 2.5 here. So, 2.5, but here I'm just going to multiply it by 10, aren't I? 1 0 in the question, so I'm going to move it 1 place. I've got my tenths, my decimal point, and my ones. I'm moving it to the left because the multiplication is getting bigger, so I'm going to need a tens column as well. Drop my 5 down, move it 1 place. Drop my 2 down, move it 1 place. Now I've got the calculation, 5,931 times 25. 5,931 multiplied by 25. But I also need to remember, well, what was my total multiplication I did? Because I multiplied by 1000 here and I multiplied by 10 here. So now I've got 1000 times 10. 1000 times 10, I know is going to give me 10,000. So, the total that I've multiplied by, my total multiplication got 10,000. I'm going to write that and I take it on up here. Multiply by 10,000, just put a little bracket there to remind myself to come back to it, because I know for my answer I'm going to need to divide by 10,000 at the end, okay? So, now I've got 5,931 times 25. Let's go for part 3 of the method, solve the column multiplication. 5 times 1 is going to give me 5, 5 times 3 is going to give me 15, 5 times 9 is going to give me 45, add the 1 is going to give me 46, and 5 times 5 is 25, add the 4 is going to give me 29. It's a 4-digit by 2-digit column multiplication, so I need to drop my 0 here, cross out my ones column when I'm multiplying, and then what I do is 2 times 1 is going to give me 2, 2 times 3 is going to give me 6, 2 times 9 is going to give me 18, 2 times 5 is going to give me 10, add the 1 is going to give me 11. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them up. 5 add 0 is going to give me 5, 5 add 2 is 7, 6 add 6 is 12, 9 add 8 is going to give me 17, add the 1 is going to give me 18, 2 add 1 is going to give me 3, add the 1 is going to give me 4, and then 1 add nothing is going to give me 1. For an answer of 148,275. Now straight away, again with our eye test and when we're thinking about it, if I'm having more than 5 but less than 6 multiplied by 2.5, again I can think of it like, okay, I've got about 6 here and then multiplying it. Say for example we were doing 6 times 2. 6 times 2 is going to give us around 12. There's no way our answer should be 148,000 then, is it? Okay, so I need to be thinking about that and thinking, right, what have I forgotten? Well, part 4 of the method reminds me, doesn't it? Remember, divide your answer by the amount of your total multiplication. So I now need to divide my answer by the 10,000 that I multiplied it by, because I've multiplied it by 10,000 when I had my total multiplication. So, this is going to be a lot of moving digits, isn't it? 148,275. So, this is why I think it's really handy to always put in your place value columns. Okay, so I'm going to start with my ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and then 100,000s over here for my place value columns. And I know that I'm dividing by 10,000. So if I'm dividing by 10,000, I can see how many zeros I've got in the question. I've got 4 zeros in the question. So each of these digits is going to have to move 4 places, isn't it? So I'm going to need 4 more place value columns. I'm going to need my tenths. I'm going to need my hundredths. I'm going to need my thousandths, and then I'm going to need my 10,000ths as well, because I'm moving it 4 places, because I'm dividing by 10,000, and there's 4 zeros. 4 zeros means I'm moving it 4 places. Divide means I'm moving it to the right, and it's getting smaller. So I'm going to start my 100,000 column. I'm going to move it, drop it down, and move it 4 places. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. I'm going to do the same with my 4. Drop it down, move it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Same with my 8. Drop it down once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And the same with all of these. 7 and 5. Now, that's not very neatly got into my columns. It's much easier to do when you've got them lined up in your books there to be able to fit them in, especially because like 10,000 is so hard to write in a column there. But what we should be able to see is actually my answer is 14.8275. So if my answer is 14.8275, well, let's have a look at it again. Well, we've got about 6 here, and we've got about 2.5 over here. 6 times 2 is going to give me 12. Half of 6 is going to give me 3. So 12 add 3 would be 15. So our answer would be actually around 15. We can see 14.8275 is somewhere around 15. So even as complicated as that is, by using the eye test we can say, actually, yeah, you know what, that does make sense. So these types of questions can be a lot more challenging than they seem, but I think this method is probably the way that we would end up making the least mistakes, because we know how to multiply and divide by 10, 100 and 1,000.
If you found this video useful, then I would massively appreciate you liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you want to explore more methods or practice using the method we've looked at here, why not check out the teacher videos at arithmetichub.com. Arithmetic Hub has videos just like this on different methods, specifically targeting areas needed in Key Stage 2. There you can practice one particular skill, or generate your own sets of calculations designed to challenge your understanding of all the topics covered in Years 3 to 6.